Ain't no one watching your stream. Tight shit. When is release planned? I don't know. What's the word, JXN? Right now we're working. We're finishing up the. We're about to do the ball physics for this game. We did the movement system for when running a route, and we're about to start doing the actual system for the ball. Yo, let me know if that music is too loud if you guys can't hear me. 'Cause I might have that a bit too loud. Let me put it down real quick. We don't hear no music? Oh, really? Oh, hold on. Let me turn on. Yeah, you guys probably don't hear the music. I know why. Let me just you can hear it now? Liberty never coming out, facts. But I'm gonna show y'all what we're doing today. So today we're gonna be doing the ball physics for this. Well, we're gonna start it anyways. By the way, I figured out the problem I was having yesterday. I realized that I was using the world space and not the. I was using the world space and not the local space. So once I switched it to the local space, yeah. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna do the ball for this game. So obviously we have the balls here, and we have them here. This is where we're gonna do the replication of the ball. Um, the plan is the plan for the ball. Like the plan I have is there's gonna be two balls. So there's gonna be the server ball, like the main ball, but you don't see this. So this will be like this on the server, and there's gonna be a client that will be replicating all the physics, to make it look smooth and stuff. So, but first things first, we gotta make it so you can pick up the ball. So let's start that, man. Yo, Snags, cut the app. First, you need your services. Upstairs. Put a lot of talking, no working. Facts. You gotta let me have staff. Nick, have this shit finna be fire. But now, worry. I gotta give you. Hold on. Let me give you mod, bruh. Add as a moderator. I got you, P active. So we need observers. We're gonna need net. We're gonna need Repleon. Might not need Repleon, but I'm gonna keep it here anyways. Um. And then we're going to call the observers. What is the tag that we have on this ball? What you guys know about observers, man? If you guys don't use this, use this. It is a game changer. It's gonna be a base part. I was gonna call it ball base part. Repleon is what I use to do data replication. It's kind of like replica service, but I use Repleon with the Jada structure that I use, but yeah. But and I think I might call this a strict because I want this to be like, you know, that's for losers components better. Facts. Yeah, hell no, Zach. Observers. I don't need observers. I mean, you can do it yourself. Don't get it twisted. You can most definitely do it yourself. What am I getting wrong here? Type. What? What am I doing wrong? Hold on. Can I not do returns in this? So apparently I can't do returns. Oh, this works. Okay. Well, okay, so it has to be returned for, which is kind of stupid, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So it's event Vice City 2 announcement. Damn, go. Why you delete the message? Anyways, alright. So first we're gonna do we need to give the ball we gotta give some attributes to see. So first of all, we're gonna make let me just grab this from here real quick. We're gonna get the base stats for this. So we need the base stats for this. And what we're gonna have is simply active, and we're gonna have like yeah, this is really it. Then like this is what we're gonna work with like for now. We don't really need anything else. So we need active is equal to, so we have active is equal to false, and then we're just gonna loop through these base stats. No, so for at what? Am I doing something stupid? What did I do wrong? Oh. Alright, I don't know why I would need pairs for that. That's very stupid because I didn't think it mattered, to be honest. So cool, right? Type nil could be converted. Cannot be converted into string. Just kidding. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Fuck strict, bro. It's giving me type messages I haven't seen a day in my life. Like, what is this nonsense? Like, how is it bugging me when I'm simply doing loops? Look, we don't even care no more. Fuck strict, right? Like, it's giving me type errors I've never seen a day in my life. What is this nonsense? All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do the pickup part of the ball. So what we need is no. I know you can do that. I know you can do this. I know you can do add string, but CBA, bro. Because if I did like that, right, I would literally have to I can't even. Yeah, I can. Like I'm not trying to do all this fucking type checks, but anyways, so we're gonna use a touch for we're gonna use a touch to do the ball pickup, but we're gonna do the touch pretty good, so it's not as so the point. So when we touch the ball, because I was doing research on like I could have made this a tool, and I was doing research on no, yes, that should work. Yeah, fire. But we're just gonna keep it how it is, right? Like how it is now. But so I was doing research on how Roblox do their actual tools, and they have like an actual touch function. So there's nothing wrong with using the touch function. So we're gonna use the touch function for like actually picking up the ball, and then we're gonna do the throw in, and then we'll actually do the Storage Storms, and then we're gonna do the actual physics for it. So say, is this one Vice City this time? No, sir. Ball physics is not Vice City. Okay. Loki, Millie Loki, a beginner dev type shit. Hit up parent. No, let's see, hit. Find first ancestor, which is a model file. Model. Me laugh tough. I'm dead. Snags, I'm better than you and Millie. Okay, buddy. Okay. Um, just because I kind of want to get the player, just because I can. All right. So we're gonna. So now we need to do. You said I got 1,000 hours in studio. I don't know about that now. Oh, 5,000. Right. All right. So we're gonna say if we're gonna do Brody added comments for no reason. I like to do it because, bro, there's a lot of times where I will write, right? I will write a bunch of stuff, and um, I will write a bunch of stuff, and I will forget what this does. So I have to put in the comments, bro. And it's just for like if I add someone else to the project, they can read what I'm doing and know what I'm doing. Because sometimes I hate personally reading other people's codes. So yeah. Bro types these variables in lowercase. I mostly camel case, but sometimes I will use Pascal. But I mostly do camel case. I'm not gonna lie. I use camel case or lowercase sometimes. Valid. Skid. Alright, let's just. Hold, I can't even. I wouldn't be able to print this because. Holy, hold on. Okay. So how long till this releases? She, it's a good ass question. When all the assets are done, bro. Hold on. I want to see if this is even. Oh shit! Hold on. Let me do something real quick. LS2 remake? What do you mean? Okay. Let's see. Now I'm lost because this should be running. Print can pick up. But if this runs, I'm checking if function. So make sure this runs. So this doesn't even get ran. Why does it not get ran? I don't know. Why is this not getting ran? Why didn't is actually in the module? I would use get actually no, but the reason why I use is attribute is because um I don't know, bro. Sometimes okay, let me explain why. Right? So I was actually talking to my friend about this when I made this. He said this is the most pointless. He said this is the most pointless function you could ever make. But for some reason, I hate writing get attribute, bro. Because there's sometimes where I forget to do the check to see if the attribute even exists. So I just made is attribute to that wouldn't do anything because this sets it to false. So value is equal to false. If is equal to false, then it will return true. Oh, hold on, I'm stupid. Oh yeah, this should work. But this doesn't even get ran right here. I'm not gonna use it because this doesn't even get ran. I don't know why. And I can't be asked to check it. So I'm just gonna use get try to. But that's the reason why I made this thing because I hate using fucking I hate typing get attribute, especially when I forget to actually make the attribute. Mud. That shit would not make a difference, bro. How do I tell you? Oh my god, it did make a difference. What the fuck? Why would that? That makes no sense. Value is equal to value or true. I set the value to false. I hate using instance set attribute 100 plus. I hate doing that as well, bro. I hate doing that as well. It'll go if it's false, it'll go to the next one. Because in or statements, if it's false, it'll go to the next one. How many don't know this? Are you insane? This sets to true. So look, if I print value right here, yo, chat, am I being slow? Am I having another slow moment? Oh my god, no, yeah, because no, it automatically sets to the true. No, I'm stupid. No, you're right. It. Oh. Okay, I can explain. I forgot that false also kind of works as nil. That is my that is my fault, bro. That is my fault. No, yeah, no. I ain't gonna lie. No, Zach is right. No, Zach is right. I was just being stupid there. No. Zach is right. I was just being stupid. All right, so we can do No, that's my fault, bro. I'm just being a skid at this point. If I didn't know that, I'm just a skid. All right. Anyways, so we need to set the ball now to the player. I haven't touched studio in so long. Why have you not touched studio, bro? Why has bro not touched studio? One sec, chat. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do right there. If it's nil, I be forgetting that sometimes false and nil can kind of like correspond. All right. I have to skid crash out the gun system because Zach don't want to make a gun system for duels. Yeah, bro. Go ahead download that file, bro. Go ahead download that file. Bro, it's because you haven't read the Crash Out gun system. When I tell you the Crash Out gun system might be the most messiest. Why does my charger not work? Might be one of the most generally one of the most messiest code bases ever. No, I'm not gonna lie. Jason was right. Yeah, no, you can. You can say if value is equal to nil, yeah, but ICBA, bro. We just keep it like how it is. All right, I want to start adding a little bit of the things that we're gonna use to actually move the ball. And I will be taking this from another one of my files because I have made too many ball physics for me to recode this from scratch again. I'm not doing that. So I need my line position and my vector force. But I probably won't be using most of these anyways. I probably won't use the vector force. But I will use the line position though. And then I'm gonna take some of the sounds as well. Yes, the Gale. Yeah, Fallens. Right now we're working on this football. We're working on this football system. Right now I'm only doing 1v1s though because I don't know. I don't know enough about football to do a full fledged like actual football game. So I'm trying to get the rest of my sounds on this. I want to see if the rest of these sounds are good. If they're even like good to be using. Yeah, terrible work. Okay. So another thing we're gonna have to the ball, we're gonna have IDs because we need everything to have its own ID. I'm not gonna be using. Oh fuck, that's tag. I'm stupid. I'm gonna be like actually having the IDs here. I'm wondering should I do them as I'm doing them as numbers. It'll just be the act. You see this right here? I might actually get rid of this just because I could just do it manually. I'll do this. I'll just do this manually and just copy and paste. There's no need for all this. Millie, you can't do 1v1. I know not 1v1, but like 3v3. You guys know what I'm talking. You know what I mean. Well, it's not 3v3. It's 2v2s. The quarterback is AI. Like it will be. It won't. No one's gonna control the quarterback. It will be like. You know what I'm saying? It will be coded with computer. Like computer. It will be computer that's like ran. It'll be CPU. And you choose when you want the ball to be thrown to you. So we're gonna have ID. We're gonna have a boolean which is active. You gotta make two game modes and do 1v1. But here's the thing though, I can't remember. I don't know much about 1v1s in American football, so no, I ain't gonna lie, man. If I don't if I don't know how to do it, then we will not be seeing that. So it's really just a matter of am I able to do it? If I'm able to do it, then hell yeah, we can do it. But if I'm not able to do it, then that's like different. Okay. 2v2 AI is not that hard because you gotta code the contestant and stuff. Don't make the QB AI. No, you but like it's not AI. You control it. Like you choose when you want it to throw at you and whatever. But like it will like bro. Like, I can't have like you know what I'm saying. If you want to do 1v1s, Millie, it would be nice if you responded to my DMs. Facts. Anyways. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna set the ball to a player. So, but we're not even. You know what we're gonna do? We're not even gonna make it so that it sets the ball to a player. We're gonna make it so it will we'll get the player based on we'll get the player based on what it's welded to. So so right now what I'm doing is I'm making all the attributes that I'm making all the attributes that stay. I'm making all the attributes that like the default attributes. There's gonna be more attributes like thrown, etc. But that's enough chat, right? Now we're gonna actually have to code the system to pick it up. So we need to weld this to the player. So well with BM 6D, so we're gonna do what I actually like to do for Motor 6Ds like this is if we do it manually here, because there's no point of like stressing myself out and You can use object value. I am. So this thing. So I could use the object value as well, but she. You know what's crazy? I actually might use object values. No, I probably will use object values. That's probably better. That actually probably is way better to use object values. So what I'm gonna do right here, right? So how I'm gonna treat the balls like how you do a combat system. So right here will be the statuses of each ball. This here, that's actually a good idea. So here we'll put the object value of who this ball belongs to, who it belongs to right now, the last person to throw the ball, blah 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 blah. So no, yeah, no, you're right. We will do that all there. So, but we don't need that right now. So, but now, but Zach, you're right. I will use object values instead. So to get to Motor 6D, I'm just gonna quickly make a duplicate of this ball, and I'm gonna put this in here. I'm just gonna weld this quickly to this character, so I can just get a weld going on in there. Let me just move this in here real quick, and in here, and we're gonna weld this to the root. That's terrible. We're gonna do the other way around. It will be the humanoid root part to the base. We're gonna do the other way around part. So, and then we're gonna keep this in server storage, and we're gonna call this welds or motors or whatever, and we're gonna call this one right here ball, like baseball. So just the baseball. With this here, we just gotta clone. We just actually have to clone the. All we gotta do would be cloning the ball, cloning the weld, and we don't gotta do too much because it already has all the CFIT values, etc. So we're gonna say, this is my favorite YouTube. Bro, nah, Jason, they need to make an object attribute on, bro. I don't know why there isn't one. This is my favorite YouTuber. Type shit. But part one will be root. Oh well. Part one will be ball. What is the issue with this? Type base part. Why does it need to be? Is that kanji? Yeah, what's the word, kanji? Yeah, I'm turning out strict, bro. It's giving me some bullshit, bro. I can't lie. We're turning out strict, man. Yo, Millie, how do you character states like sprinting, ragdoll, crouching? I'm thinking of make my own state manager, but I'm not to structure it. I will show you. Well, how I haven't finished it in this game, but what I have on the server so far is I'm doing this, but I haven't done this. But I can show you a game where I have coded. I can show you a game where I have coded this. And let me see. Um, because like there's many different states that can happen at the same time, and some can't. Okay, so here's the way I used to do it. Now I wouldn't do it this way anymore because I could probably think of a way, like a better way to do it. But here's how I handle states. How I handle states. Then this is quite old. Do I have the module for this? States. Okay, so what I did was I'd make a table or a dictionary for each state, right? If it was a dictionary, then inside the dictionary would be another dictionary, right? So I'd have a state for if you can attack, and then it would loop through all this to make sure all these are turned off. So like if you can attack, attacking needs to be false. You should not be blocking. You should not be using the ability. You should not be stunned. You should not be dashing. You should not be ragdolled. If you're about to use an ability, and then it just checks if none of these. It checks if any of these criteria aren't met, then you can't. Then you can't. Then I just have this. If you want to take like a screenshot of that, but there's definitely better ways to do this now. Like there's more sophisticated ways to do it, and like probably more like complex ways of doing this. I'm actually about to make a states handler for this game. So when I make the new states handler, I'll put you on. But this is how I used to do it for the fighting game. But this is quite an old fighting game. I probably wouldn't do the states like this anymore. But then again, it is still, this still works perfectly fine. So, all right, let's see if this works. Okay, it does work. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So what I gotta do now? So now that the ball actually gets welded to the character, I need to make a way so that the ball gets welded to the character, and the animation will immediately change to it will immediately change to the new state. So what I have right now is I have this right here. So I have an action, which is a main action. Yeah, because I've been setting attributes and checking them, and it gets messy as fuck. No, it does get messy as fuck. But sometimes you gotta add plus percent and you can check. So that way I just set there. That's a good way to do it. And I use folders. I use folders instead of I use values instead of attributes. For this game I'm using attributes, but I mostly use values. But so this here is where we actually do need to make a states handler for setting the character's attribute, because this is a physics video stream. We're not gonna do the actual states handler today, because I always put a title for the videos, and I just end up doing some nonsense that has nothing to do with the video. Yeah, attributes are way more optimized. Attributes go like, I think it's like 700 times faster. Hold on, let me search this up real quick. How much faster are attributes to values? They're 18 times faster than values. So I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Attributes is low key the way, but they don't have objects attributes, so kind of sucks. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set the character state. We're gonna set action to holding, right? Or let's call it whip ball. No, what do I call it? Like ball? What do I even call this? Look, I don't know anything about American football. What is it called when you're holding the ball? What do I even call that attribute? What do I call the action? No, you can't. Ball has ball. Like what is it even called? Anybody know the name? For now, I'm just gonna call it with ball. I need a band name for this action. Holding ball. It probably is just holding ball, to be honest. So now that I have with ball, I need to. What this would do now is I would go to my movement controller, and we need to make an actual system for like holding the ball. But yeah, I'm gonna call it holding ball. I like holding ball. And then we're gonna do an actual. I'm gonna use the base because it's gonna be similar to the base, right? We're gonna turn off debug mode, right? Movement controller. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna turn off the debug mode. So we're gonna say if movement controller vars character get attribute action is equal to holding ball. All right, first of all, let's do if it's equal to nothing, then moving controller vars movement type is equal to base. There's gonna be a lot of L steps in this bullshit. Moving controller vars character get attribute action is equal to holding ball. Then we're gonna have this holding ball, and we're gonna keep it the same thing right now because I don't want to code the actual move for when you're holding the ball, but I want to make sure that that these like this changes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put over here. We're just gonna say. Why don't you just nail the action and do if not get attribute action? Yo, shut up, you sweats. And no, the action is always gonna be there. Okay, so at least we know that it changes. At least we know that it changes the actual movement type. So that's good. But I'm not gonna code the movement for when you're holding the ball because we're focusing on firing. So now we need a ball client to actually handle firing. So storage modules client, and I'm thinking I'm gonna use the character controller, and we're gonna have a ball modules. We're gonna use kind of the same setup that we have for the movement controller right here, and we're gonna code every single thing as a module. So I'm thinking that every single thing, like for example, throwing will be a module, tackling will be a module, and it'll be like an OOP thing that we call, and that is what I'm thinking for this. So I'm gonna kind of copy and paste, like speed and copy and paste everything that I kind of used here, and put it into the character controller because it will be using like similar. Get rid of this and this, right? I don't have this, but we'll be using keybind. I don't need a sprint remote. I will need. We're gonna call this action types. We have animations. We don't need a debug mode right now. We'll need a player. We're gonna call this character controller. What? Okay, nice. And yeah. So first, and all this right here, I will be copying it because, bro, like, I'm not typing all this out again. We need the vars. And the shit that we don't need, we will get rid of. Like, for example, we will not need blast forward. We will not need sprint speed. We will not need jog speed. We probably will need this. We will need this. We will need this. We will need this. And then we're going to do all this. We'll copy all this. Movement types, it'll be action types. Script dot action types. Client framework, access to animations, movements. We're gonna switch this. Yeah, I have no animations done for this, so this is gonna be tragic. And we're gonna do we're gonna call this action, and then we're gonna make a bunch for throwing, and then we're gonna call this animations actions. Type style movement. Okay, I did a type. I don't want to do because I don't want to make multiple types, like type modules. So I might just have everything like kind of like one type module because, bro, if I then go do a type, that would be so annoying to call this. But I think I've written types too much and I'm too lazy to change this. So I don't know. Sorry, here. Yeah, I'm not doing all that. So what we're gonna do instead is we're just gonna make a type module for each fucking thing, I guess. I'm gonna call this character types. And then types right here. Bro. I'm gonna keep this because I feel like I'm gonna keep this. We're gonna call this character. Or we're gonna call this actions. And then we're just gonna, because I feel like we will still use this kind of like I think this should work. We're gonna leave this empty, but we're gonna change this to throwing because that is what we will be doing right now. I don't get to eat on Timberly streams. What? Okay, I've done something wrong. No var is character controller of vars. Oh, well, that makes sense. What I want to do as well, I gotta make a template for this, bro. I need to make a template. How long have I been live for now? I gotta make a template for this. So we're just gonna copy this in here. Just gonna call this template. And let's just, oh god, we just get rid of all this. And yeah, this is a template that we have. Cool. Copy and paste this. I'm gonna put this into throw-in. Right. So types. Now I forgot we gotta change this to character types, and the template needs to update as well to character types. Change the action. I'm pretty sure it's actions. Yo, what nonsense? What am I doing? Actions. Okay. Fuck. Dot action. Okay. What is the issue that I'm having here? Unknown type actions. Oh, because it's fucking, yeah, I'm just gonna call this types. Put this in the template as well. Types. You know what I'm just gonna do? Just gonna copy paste. Alright, cool. So obviously this is, so we're just gonna call this throwing. Right? So I'm typing in these all right now. Cug glazing the wrong person. I'm better. I guess. Okay. So what we're gonna do for this for here is I'm gonna making it so as we can see we have this which is actions, but we're gonna make this have two types, like how I had over here, where it has two types, because it needs another type which would be thrown, because thrown is gonna have a couple more functions, like it's going to need to have export type thrown. It's gonna have some more functions which would be like create bar, which would be self. I'm stupid. So it's gonna need let's just put this. It's gonna need create bar. It's gonna be set bar. Gonna keep this same thing. We're gonna need to be set sweet point. we're gonna need throw. We're gonna need yeah, that's really it. These four. There's probably gonna be some more things like throw power and all that. So I'm thinking throw power number. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff that's needed for this. So throw power equals 0, and then we can start working on throwing. Create bar. Okay. Now, yo, whoever's watching, who's good at GUI, bro? Yo, who's good at UI? Who can quickly help me cook up some UI, man? Obviously me, but we don't talk about the low key me. Yo, Piacto, come cook me a bar, bro. Come cook me a bar. You know what we're gonna do, bro? We're not even gonna make the bar yet because, bro, I'm not. I want to do the actual. I want to do the physics, right? I want to do the actual physics first. So, first thing we're gonna need to do is we need to yeah. First thing we're gonna need to do is game advice. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get the keybinds ready. We're gonna start doing the keybinds. I'm gonna do the keybinds here and start. Stop. Bum me on the street, and then player can choose to give him or smack him. Facts. I'm gonna do input object, TPE, and boolean. Am I stupid? Boolean. TPE and right. I'm just gonna just quickly copy and paste this. Oh wait, hold on. I just realized everything in here, I put this in start. I'm doing it the other way around. Is that everything? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's put this in start instead. So I can actually code the keybinds in the init. Yo, P Active, bro. This is where I need your help, my boy. Cause you probably played Madden, bro. Yo, P Active. How you throw the ball in Madden, bro? How you throw them all, man? How you throw them all? What is that process? It's a module. Bro, Madden. I never played before. Obviously, it's gonna be. I'm gonna do space. Space to throw the ball. Yeah, space to throw the ball. What else? What? How is it in basketball? I can't remember. In these low key, you gotta get the right items. Okay, but what's the buttons, bro? We just care about the keybinds right now. And then let's do like button X. Um, and let's just get rid of this, right? But you throw one hand. I know. My question is, what is the button? What do I press to throw the ball? Not holding G. Not stupid. Holding ball. Oh, am I stupid? Um, we're gonna do action types. Throwing. They click on their icon, like PB. So pretty sure you would hold on a button. It shows players. Um, word, but that's for passing. I'll figure it out, bro. I'm gonna watch some videos on it tomorrow. What I gotta do now is we gotta set up the actual honestly throw. If this will run, we're just gonna have this print throw, and then we're going to see if this runs. Okay, there's something wrong here. That works. So that will throw the ball and everything. So I gotta turn off this. What do you think of adding a change of being able to self revive, but you have to like adrenaline or some inventory to do that? Self revive, like a reboot card. What time is it? It's almost okay. It's about to be. I'm gonna get in the stream. I'm probably in the stream in 15 minutes because I have to sleep early. I gotta sleep like crazy early, um, tomorrow. So I gotta wake up crazy early tomorrow. But at least now we know we can throw the ball. Um, yo, Snags, and I said I was gonna do some physics today, bro. But damn, I ain't gonna lie, all my time's been taken up, bro. How do I tell you? All my times. I was only gonna shoot for an hour and like 15 minutes, hour 30 minutes, and look, at least we got the setup working, right? So now it's really just a throwing, and hopefully some people learned how. Just a good way to do. Just a good way to like if you wanted to code a game with a bunch of features, a good way to like set them up. Now I don't got school, bro. I just gotta wake up mad early tomorrow because I gotta. Oh, he got school tomorrow. Damn, they got school tomorrow. But I'll probably shoot late anyways. But um, Yeah, and then tomorrow probably my last stream for the week because I am going on vacation, so I will not be online for till next. It's like next week, Tuesday or something. So, y'all, we got a little vacation because the crash outs paycheck is hit, and it's time for me to take a little day off, man. Take a week off. But don't worry, Anthony will be dropping updates, and then we can get back to working on this. But I will not be developing for a couple days, like a week or so, to go on vacation. Yo, nobody asked. Type shit. Type fairs. Hey, better rank me so we can host Amnibuse. And bet. But yeah, we got a little bit done though. So at least snags, you know how we're gonna do this, bro. We up 35K, just casually baiting up pockets in our life. Don't listen to that guy. I do not got no 35K, bro. 35K Robux, maybe. Well, look though, I'm finna end the stream now, and I'll be back. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow if I'm home on time, and then Tuesday maybe. We up 35K Robux. Facts. But yeah, bro. Safety. And I will be doing the ball physics the next stream. I will be doing because I have everything set up like